Go ahead.
Well, I have been prone to play a lot of solitaire on my laptop at night while I'm watching other things, and it keeps my hands busy. And the other night I played, and the end of the game it said it had a name instead of saying your name and sign in, because I've never signed up for being tallied. There was some strange name there in the form instead of me, and I went, well, that's really strange. So I immediately got off and I did a Google search on how to tell if you've been hacked, whatever you wanted to call it, and a thing came up about Apple, and click here to have them check, and it said, oh, you've been hacked. You've got one thing. You call this number right away. And there was a big 888 number down in the corner, but I didn't do it. I had restarted my computer trying to get rid of the thing in the first place, but I just went to apple.com and called the Apple help desk. And of course, it was not them. It was somebody that had I called that number, I would have been definitely hacked or whatever I was going to get done. So she said, you did the right thing by turning off your computer and then turning it back on again. And I probably got rid of it. And now I can go to that same link and it doesn't say it anymore. So I have no idea what happened. But meanwhile, she said, well, do you have a backup for your laptop? And I said, well, don't I have whatever the backup's always been on Apple? And she said, no, that doesn't work anymore. You have to buy literally a hard drive to back up. It doesn't have an automatically in-house backup thing anymore. So I went on Amazon, I ordered that, and it was supposed to be there by 9 o'clock the next night. And I got an email saying your laptop has been delivered, and with a nice picture of the door, with a picture of the little package. The only thing was, it wasn't our door.
Oh, great.
I know. So, and there are only 1,200 apartments roughly here at Maryland.
They all look alike, probably.
So I was smart enough not to call Amazon, but to chat with them, because I probably would have gotten really upset at the human I was talking to as opposed to the chat I was talking to. And the long and short was, the next day I walked 6 floors of 4 buildings, looking at every door, because it had a photo of the Christmas decorations that were still up. Couldn't find it, and came back absolutely exhausted. But meanwhile, there'd been a screw up where Bill was doing 3 floors and he hadn't quite gone far enough down the thing, and the person had gone into the clubhouse, gotten directions on how to get to us, turned left and dumped it on the first door in the building, which was the wrong floor, the wrong end of the floor, et cetera, et cetera. So I did get it. But, I'm the long and short was, I said, well, at least it seems to me the least that Amazon could do, given what I had to do, was to extend my Prime membership a month or 2. I mean, that would have been a no-brainer for them, right? But this chat person didn't have that option. She says, I can't do that, but I can refund your money. So she gave me a refund for this thing. So don't take no for an answer. But meanwhile, I haven't set it up. I haven't even figured out how to do that, but whatever.
So do you want us to show you how to back up with Time Capsule then?
It says that Time Capsule doesn't exist on the M1.
Oh.
That's the problem.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, because I said, can't I just use the Time Machine backup? And she said, no, they don't have that anymore. At least not on the M1. So she said, you need to buy one. And so I did buy one, a 2 terabyte one, so it'll last forever, probably. But yeah, so I haven't done it yet, because you can't really let it, it's a laptop, so you can't really have it sticking out there hanging around all the time. But she says, no, you just plug it in when you're going to back up, however often you want to do that.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's you can't use your current backup from your old computer that was on backup, maybe you just need to link time capsule.
My old computer, Lynn, is so old.
No, what I'm wondering is in your app store, do you still have the app time capsule?
Not on this computer, there's no app.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she did. She went to the Launchpad and looked at all the 3 pages of apps of possibilities, and there's no Launchpad or anything.
Okay. I'll have to do some research and let you know how to figure this
Please
out.
do. At least I didn't pay for this backup drive, so if I don't need it, I won't have wasted money. Just time and energy.
I'm just grateful that you didn't get malware on your computer.
I know.
So proud of you all. You guys are catching things.
You can't be too careful, I'll tell you.
Any other concerns or questions? Yes, Joe.
Lynn, I am on the prayer list, and Sue Spots sends me the list.
Right.
And sometimes it comes through, sometimes it goes into my junk, and sometimes I don't get it at all. It mainly has been going to my junk, but every once in a while it will come through. I don't know whether it's on her end or my end. I usually do everything on my iPad rather than my computer. So just not sure how to get that coming to me.
Mm-hmm. We need to whitelist her email on your account so that it defaults.
Okay. And
are you on your laptop or are you on
my iPad?
On my iPad. So that's what you use to look at your
pretty
email?
Much. Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much.
So do you know how to screen share on your iPad?
No. Lynn, you're talking to a technophobe. Why do you think I'm here?
That's why we're all here.
Yeah, right.
So if you touch the screen, you should see some buttons that pop up, like mute, and there should be an orange one, a green one that says share screen.
Share content.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Hit screen.
Yes.
All right.
And then it should, if there should be a share button. Maybe.
Well, it says everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded. Do not disturb. Okay. Screen broadcast, check Zoom, start broadcast, microphone off. It's
you want to hit okay, because the iPad thinks that by sharing it with us, it's going to be,
So what I hit start broadcast or screen broadcast?
Start screen broadcast.
Okay. All right.
Well done.
There you go.
So do you have a home button on yours still?
Yes.
If you click that, that will get you out of this. And you can open your email now.
Well, you're not going to see anything from Sue. I don't
think. That's okay. So that's interesting. Mine goes to your email, my Tech Time emails.
Yeah, right.
Because they should be, they're sent through the same platform. So that makes no sense.
Oh.
But that gives me hope that it's not just, so did you trash yesterday's or Tuesday's email already?
I did.
Because I would have, So if you go to crash, maybe you can find it.
Yeah,
and search.
I already got
you deleted it all?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me.
And she said to go in, make sure I had her in her contacts, which I do.
Yes, that is different than whitelisting. Because that'd be too easy.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't want to take everybody's time up with this.
That's why we're here.
Okay. Thank you,
will.
Chuck.
Okay, so let me see if I can get Sue to send you an email right now.
Well, I emailed her this morning to ask her if she sent it, and if, just to make sure that, because I didn't see it in my junk. Of course, yesterday I was going through my junk every 5 minutes, because what did I get? 512 junk emails. But I could have missed it, but I didn't see any in my regular email for sure.
And I can send emails to the check chain group, and I just sent a test email specifically to you through that group to see, are you getting things from other people in that group other than Sue, or is it a Sue Sprott's problem? So I just sent you a email. Do you want to refresh? Do you know how to refresh?
Well, I'll just go back out and come back in.
You can also pull down.
How do I refresh?
So use your finger and just pull down on that left sidebar with all the different emails, and it's going, you're going to see that, and let go, and it's going to go, okay. So it looks like there's nothing that came in. So can you go to your spam folder or junk email? Oh.
There it is.
There's
the test. Okay. So it seems like you're getting emails that are going to spam from the prayer chain group. So anyone sending you with the prayer chain is giving you red flags. So if you click on me, let's see if I remember how to do this on an iPad. Whitelist emails. So
Lynn, are you saying whitelist?
Whitelist.
Okay.
So what the term is referring to, if you remember the old phone books, there's the yellow pages and the white pages. And right now it's, in the yellow pages, and we want to make it go to the white pages in the contacts. That's where that term, I think, originated. Am I correct, Bill?
What I remember is I take this message and send it to the inbox, and then it usually asks you if that's where it should go, or of these communications. I'm kind of vague about it, but it seems like once you send it to transfer it back over the inbox, then it remembers that's where it should go. Is that right?
Should I try that?
Yeah. Why not?
So what this is saying is there should be a more button on your emails. It might be under our face. Do you see my face on your iPad?
Yes.
Can you drag me to the other side?
Well, I just see more. Okay. I see more here.
Oh, there. Click the more. Look at you guys.
Flag.
And you want to move to inbox.
Now let me check inbox, see if you went over.
And that, I think, only just did it this one time.
Yeah, there it did.
I don't know if that will mean it will remember to do that every time. I don't know if any of you get Richard Rohr's daily meditation email. But his email started going to my spam, and I keep having to say not spam, and it still sometimes goes there.
Okay.
But there should be mark not as junk button in that more section if you want to click on that again. There should be a
move to junk, mute. No.
Oh, interesting. It says that you can flag it as block, but you can't.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder what notify me means.
Should I check it?
Sure. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it just flags it.
Yeah.
I must say, I am not impressed with Apple's iPad Mac Mail app.
Would you rather I go get my laptop?
Well, do you have a Mac or do you have a PC?
I have a Mac.
Yeah, and you probably use the Mac app on the MacBook, correct?
I guess so.
Yeah, you're not viewing it in the browser, yes?
What on the
Computer.
laptop?
Yeah.
Should I go get it and look?
You can, but you're a Verizon email. So do you view it? Do you go to the
which is really AOL?
Right. And do you go to the Verizon web page to view your email, or does your mail app look like what you see on your iPad?
It looks just like what I see on my iPad.
Yeah. So I'd be curious for kicks and giggles to go to your but maybe Chuck or Connie could look at this since they use the Mac app too to see if there's a mark not as junk. But
what role does that folder icon have at the top of the email?
I think it just moves
this
to
one
folder. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't ask you to flag that somehow as normal.
Mm-hmm. Can you go back to that email that says test? Can you click on my name?
At the top.
Oh, at the top.
At the top. And can you click on the blue, Lynn George? Add to VIP. That way, I think it will make me a verified, like, special person.
Lynn, you are a VIP.
You are.
You are a VIP. In my book, anyway.
Nothing new.
Now you've got a gold star beside your name.
That's
and
right.
a flag.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So what I would do, Joe, is when you get Sue's email on Tuesday, I'd VIP her.
Okay.
Because I think she deserves VIP status too.
Yes, she does. She sure does.
But let me send you another test email for kicks and giggles if you want to delete that test email.
This one?
Yep.
Well, gosh, I had a high electric bill.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. Okay, I just sent one, so it should be coming momentarily. Oh, no.
Come on.
No.
It's rainy outside. That's why.
Do you want to check the spam folder? Did I go back to spam?
That's frustrating.
I did go back to
There you go.
spam.
Back in spam.
Damn.
So much for gold stars.
What's the point of VIP status if
VIP just went to trash.
that doesn't seem right?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Is there a difference between junk and spam?
No.
It depends on the email provider, but no.
Well, but because they're both junk and spam were listed on his
Mhm.
list.
They were?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It also looks like you have an iCloud email, Steve.
Yeah,
Or-
I do.
Or Steve, Joe.
Yeah.
We could try making it, try sending it with your iCloud email and see if it likes your iCloud email.
Well, there you went into spam.
Right.
But I don't have spam under, all inboxes. Let's see if I have it under AOL. Spam detector. So where do you want me to go now?
I think we answered that question. Yeah. Okay, Joe, I think I need to do some more research for you.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Are you kidding?
You would think VIP status would.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say you're still VIP in my book.
Well, thank you, Joe. Okay.
Hey, Lynn.
Yeah.
If can you do a search in the junk email box for the stuff that comes from Sue, and he can see whether there are any old ones in there that didn't get deleted? But if you flag as a VIP, wouldn't it show up then? You go to your junk and you can just zoom down and see all the ones with flags, and you'd find it more easily than going until you fix it.
Well, I go through the junk and then I keep deleting them, because before you know it, by the end of the day, I've got 300 of them. So I look for Sue starting on Tuesday mornings, and I delete everything, if I don't see it.
Wow, you're worse than I am in terms of junk.
Anyway,
I'm just impressed you keep up with it, Joe.
I know, me too.
Well, and if we're yellow, we should be easier to find then in the junk.
Yeah, true.
We have the gold star. You go, I want the gold star.
Right. No.
But
search for her at the top.
What?
Can't you do a search for her at the top?
He deletes all his spam every day.
Yeah.
So.
And trash.
Yeah. There are still some issues, and I think AOL and Verizon don't necessarily have the best email provider at the moment.
Oh, really?
I think they're losing some of those features, but that could be my own biases saying that.
So I need to change my email maybe, which I probably should anyway.
You could use this as your spam email. I tend to have two emails, one for like my favorite people and things I want to read every day, and then one for when I go to stores and they want me to use an email and I don't want to receive all their junk mail.
Oh gosh, that would really confuse me.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have the same setup, and I probably have it in reverse, with AOL being prime and Yahoo being the junk place.
Yeah, you have it in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Joe, we'll keep thinking about that.
All right.
You're a good sport. Thank you for sticking with it.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Other issues you guys want to talk about? And we could also, I know Nancy had trouble watching the 2-minute video I sent yesterday, so we could watch that too.
Nancy also had trouble again this morning, but I have a question for Stephen. Usually when Avast is only on my laptop, and usually when I get on the internet recently, it doesn't just automatically put me in the VPN unless I say so. Today, of course, it did. It put me in the VPN, and then I noticed that my ad blocker wasn't working, and when I moused over it, it said Avast Privacy Guard has access to this site. So it actually turns off my ad blocker. Is that what happens? Stephen, you're muted.
I think he can hear either.
I honestly don't know.
Okay. And that's why I was thinking why I couldn't get in to Zoom. Was it because I was on VPN and it wouldn't go Zoom? and I kept getting the password thing, and then I got your email. In fact, I was already to send an email to you. So yeah, I don't know. I'll watch and see if that happens. And if it comes up VPN and I'm going here, is there a reason to get out of VPN, Stephen? I'm going to this group.
I would think it'd be more secure, but
okay. All right.
That's just me.
But I'm glad you said the password was what, because when it came that, then it also said something about install a new Zoom client and all this stuff. And I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing and I can't ask.
Yes, you can. You can always ask.
Well, no, I mean, I couldn't get you to ask. I already had an email half written when I got your email. Here's the password. Oh, all right. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I don't know about you guys with the new Zoom update. I've got all these apps on the side that I need to hide now every time because I don't want to see them. But maybe you guys haven't got that update. Or maybe it's because I'm a paid business account. But...
I didn't try to find the update, but one popped up when I finally had the password and it just automatically did the update. So I don't know if that's the one you asked for or not, but I'm here.
Are you referring to the apps on the right side?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the there's a bunch of stuff.
There's at the bottom, there's 3 dots and you can remove them if you
Mine
don't.
are at the top, but that's okay.
Everyone is it different.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You shouldn't have done that. Whoops.
Always a good sound.
Undo.
The nice thing is technology, you can usually get back to where you were.
Right. Hopefully.
Which is, for me, lost.
And that's why we have tech time. To hopefully find you.
A good thing this is your only job, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only. But
here we are.
Yes, Miss Carol.
I was sort of half listening and half playing with trying to do some prayer shawl things here. And, you told me that now I'm on a Mac and I take pictures with my phone and then I click on the picture and hold it and it outlines it.
Yes.
But then what's the next step? I can do that. I see the little white line going.
You need to send it to somebody to
like my album that I have.
Yes.
I have January prayer shawl album.
Well, and I also sometimes text it to myself.
Okay.
Because
so if you send it, it will just send the outline, not the whole.
Yes.
Okay.
So what Carol is referring to is one of the cool new features of the Apple iOS, where if you open an email, and let me find one that's going to be easier to do. So we'll do this nice one of Joni. And if you hold on her, did you see how it got like a white line went around?
Yeah.
So now I can copy that and I can paste it in an email. Carol just texted me, so I can send that to Carol.
It didn't outline.
It will.
What did I do wrong?
Remove the background. So did you hold it down?
Yes.
Like I did? And did you see the little white line?
Yes.
Did you hit the copy button?
I don't know. Possible.
But that's a way if you want to remove the background of an image.
Oh, that's cool.
Then
to do that. That's one of the new
send. Okay, I'm going to try
software
again.
Updates.
See, I still don't. It's still the same old one, Lynn.
Oh, is it? I wonder if it needs to be one of the newer models. What model phone do you have?
11. I mean, I see the white line.
Oh,
Not helping, is it?
No.
I see the white line. Like, here, see? Jiminy.
And did you, when you hold it down, see a copy button?
Yes. I see the white line, and now I see copy, clicked on copy, and then the arrow at the bottom. So I'm sending it to, but it didn't convert.
Hit the share button.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that's not working. What I do, I don't hit that little button right there. I open my email, my text messages, and paste it that way. So I do it the long way because I don't trust the short way.
Oh, I think that worked. Wait, I see it somewhere.
And paste it. I did it for you, but.
Oh. So you just did that for me?
But instead of hitting the share thing, because I think you're just sharing the photo itself.
Right.
So I think you need to open, say, an email.
Okay.
Or a text message. Excuse me, I can't talk.
And then I can transfer it to my January folder.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll play around
keyword.
with it.
Now try it. Now try it.
Pressure under public scrutiny. Okay.
We're not making you screen share though, so
no, that's true. Thank heavens.
So
okay.
Poor Joe over here had to, open his email for the whole world to see.
But there's nothing exciting. Okay, copy. Copy, and then what?
And then go to a new text, open the message app.
Okay.
And you could text it to me, or if you want to type
your but I still see the background in the picture.
All
right.
I can't solve anyone's problems today.
Yeah, that's all right. We still love you, Lynn.
iPhone.
It's strange. I don't know why that's doing that. All right, another day. Got lots of pictures of prayer shawls.
Long press, open app, the subject appears.
The background.
There will be a subtle highlight that appears, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you either, need to do it that way. You could also do it in the Notes app, it says, or in an email.
All right, I'll try again in a bit.
So it says that you might have an older device that's not compatible with this, but it doesn't say what models are compatible. I would think a 11 would be okay.
Well, and it's funny that I do see the white line.
Yes, you would think you couldn't see the white line if.
Yeah. And I did do 16.2, I think.
Yeah, that's the update that.
I'm pretty sure I did that one.
Did that. So, but it looks like if we can't get it, there's a couple apps you could use that to do it too.
Okay.
But it does not tell me what models of the.
Well, that's all right, Lynn. I don't want to take time for
point.
Yes.
Okay. While I'm Googling this, if anybody else has questions or comments.
Did everyone see the video? Because I did not.
Do you want me to share the video for you guys?
Why don't, I don't want to waste others' time.
It's got some good content.
Did everyone watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Public Wi-Fi in airports or coffee shops has a reputation for being insecure, but does it still deserve it? To find out, we invited Avast Cybersecurity to my apartment to listen in on my home network. We all logged onto the same network the exact same way we would in a coffee shop. I spent a few minutes clicking around my most frequent streaming, social media, and email accounts to see what Avast could find out about me by using a simple online listening tool. In the end, they could see what sites I'd visited, though not what I'd done there, the time of day, and what device I was using, in this case a MacBook Pro. Is that great news? No. But cybersecurity experts say it's also not the type of info that would help a hacker take advantage of me. 10 years ago, using public Wi-Fi was more of a risk. That's because the vast majority of internet traffic wasn't encrypted, which means anything I typed into a website would be readable to anyone who had managed to snoop on my connection. Today, though, more than 90% of all web traffic in the US is encrypted. That means that unless you're using an outdated machine, visiting sketchy websites with HTTP in the URL instead of HTTPS, or dealing with highly sensitive data, you're probably fine. Keep in mind, most small businesses probably make the exact same mistakes with their router that you make with your home one, such as not resetting the default password and not updating that firmware. So if you're hanging around on weird websites, don't trust their encryption to save you. If you're still worried, you can always adopt a trustworthy VPN, such as iVPN, Mozilla VPN, or Mullvad. So to recap, reusing passwords, bad. Not updating your software, bad. Using public Wi-Fi, not that bad. Happy browsing.
Thank you.
Lynn, I had an issue with the HTTPS versus HT without the S.
Yes.
And I don't see the S used other than mainly financial pages.
Really?
Most of the information and other things out there don't have an S. I mean, this goes back forever.
Well, like the church website is HTTPS. You don't necessarily see it unless you double click on the email on the website URL.
That's true.
And another way to tell if it's encrypted is if there's a little lock here.
Right.
If you double click this email, it's going to have HTTPS.
Okay.
But we'd have to go to a bunch of websites to,
Right. And I've started looking for it since I saw the video.
But yeah, I mean, it's always curious to see, but I feel like every website that I visit nowadays is encrypted for the majority. I know we've talked about HTTPA versus HTTPS before. But
what's the A versus the S? I know what S is secure.
What's the
HTTPA?
PPA. I have that written down somewhere in my notes when I did that presentation for you, like back in 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, and we remember that for sure.
3 years.
Yes, because I used to know that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I did too. And there was a double encryption and a bunch of other stuff that I don't quite remember anymore. But or there was the 2 keys for the encryption, I think.
She was saying change your password for your home router. Was that what she was saying?
Yes. Do you know how to do that?
No, I don't think we've changed ours in forever.
Which would be a good thing to do. I know I could do it in the Verizon app. I have Verizon.
I do too.
And I know that I can do it in the app.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a way to do it on the website too.
Right.
But
so when you're saying change the password, would that be your Wi-Fi password?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that too. It's 2 different things.
Okay.
What are the 2?
So the firmware is going to be what's it called? A software upgrade for the router. And then the password, you want to update both your password for your Wi-Fi, but then also for your provider's stuff.
Which of those firmwares do you prefer that she listed? Or do you use something else?
The VPNs she was listening.
Oh, the VPNs. That's
that
different
what I
than
meant?
firmware.
Right.
So I have not personally used any of those VPNs.
Okay.
I know all of them have good reputations. I'm guessing it's like antivirus software where they're pretty universal, and compatible with different things. But I'm sure if we do deep dive research, it would be
Okay.
pretty comparable. I don't know if any of them are fees and things.
So firmware is different than VPN, is that right?
So firmware is just software upgrades for the computer or for the internet routers. So
do you get notices for them, or are you just supposed to do it yourself?
I don't get notices for them. I think it's like software, like the Zoom update, right? You just do it from time to time. Or if your internet's slow and you're trying to rule out why is it slow, that's one thing to check.
And how do you check that? Go to
So that's what I'm looking up right now. Under Verizon's webpage to see.
Okay. So I would go to Xfinity then.
Yes.
Nancy, what does VPN stand for?
Virtual Private Network.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
So is it under advanced settings? Sorry, I'm multitasking to try to look, because I'm like you. I have not updated my firmware in probably 3 years since I
That makes us feel better.
I just go buy a new router.
Oh.
And you get new firmware.
Okay.
That's more expensive, probably.
Yeah.
A lot.
It works.
But that's not hard. That's not firmware. That's hardware.
Yeah, but there's new firmware on the hardware.
Oh, gotcha.
Now you're getting fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I do it. Feel free to ask questions while I do a deep dive on this.
Okay. I have a question. When I called Apple about my thingy, she said, I'm using Brave. Of course, she doesn't know anything about Brave, which is probably why she said to get a backup hard drive. But my Brave, is it based on Chrome? Is that Chrome is the whatever and Brave is the browser?
So Chrome is a browser. So browsers are the app that you access the internet to.
Okay. But what is my Brave on then? Safari?
So types of browsers are Safari, Chrome, Brave, Firefox, Opera, are all browsers. They are ways that you can access the internet.
Right.
And then search engines are ways for you to search the internet, right? So once you're in the internet, how do you find things? And you can do that with Google and Bing and DuckDuckGo, and there's Brave for search engine. There's so there's a bunch of different, and you can change your search engine depending on what browser you're on. So Brave is a new browser. It's a more secure one. Right. So she might just not be familiar with it herself,
right.
Because it's new. But I think most of you, because I've forced your hand, have downloaded at least Chrome and Firefox. So you have at least two. Yeah, in addition, you probably installed Brave too, but
yeah.
So she wanted you to have a different one, is what she was saying?
No, she just didn't. She said, "Well, I only know basically about Safari." Being an Apple person.
Yeah, that makes sense because she works at Apple.
Yes, right.
And if she's not doing deep dive research like I am.
Right. While talking at the same time.
Yes.
Well, if you change your browser, then you have to change all your saved passwords, right?
No.
Oh.
Because you can import your password manager. So if you say switch from Firefox to Chrome, when you install Chrome, you could import all of your passwords from Chrome or vice versa.
Okay.
And you could also do that to your favorites bar. If you use a password manager, which I recommend, but you can add that as an extension as well.
Okay. Well, I'm confused. If I say I'm on Chrome and I go to another someone else's house or something and they have Firefox, I can still get into my bank with my passwords, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So yeah, as long as you have your password and username on you, right?
Okay.
Same with the church, right? If you're doing a presentation at the church and your computer craps out, then you can use one of ours, and there's not that much of an issue. So yeah.
But you'd have to have them either memorized or written down, right?
Correct. Or a password manager.
Okay.
But you just sent us a notice of a password manager that
was hacked.
Killed everybody.
Yes. I don't know if you use LastPass, but that has been hacked. Most VPNs though encrypt all of their information. So it would be a lot harder for the hacker to get information from them unless they have the key. And I know I use 1Password as my password manager, and my encryption key is different than, say, my mom's encryption key, even though we're on the family plan together. So, which is even more secure because everybody then has a different. And when I installed 1Password, they're like, save this document in like a very secure place, because if you lose it, you're up a creek.
That scares me.
Yeah. Again, it's that convenience over privacy debate, and trying to find that balancing act, which is very, very hard to do. Why can't I find the update firmware option? I see factory restart, I see reboot router. But I'm not seeing anything about firmware. That probably makes you feel better.
Do they do it automatically for you in the background, Lynn?
Maybe. That'd be awesome if they do.
Yeah.
I'll have to do some Googling. I thought I've done it before. Maybe they changed it. I hope so. That'd be awesome. Okay. Other things you guys are concerned or things you want to talk about? I know we're running out of time.
If anybody has a problem, go ahead and do that. This can wait because it's not a question. It's just a little story about my Uber experience. Remember, I was setting that up a couple of weeks ago to go to the Barnes.
Yes.
So I was going to report what happened.
Please.
Well, it took a couple of times to get in to get our ride there. But that was fine. Once we got there, we enjoyed the exhibit, and we come outside, and so I call for an Uber. And of course, it asks how I want to pay. And I had my credit card information all there. It gave me the last 4 digits of my credit card, and that's what I had used in the morning. So I clicked on that, and it said, card declined. And I thought, that's impossible. It's the same card I used this morning. And so my husband said, try it again. Like, yeah, okay. So we tried it again. Now my card is up there 2 times, and it's still declined, and we couldn't figure out what was wrong. So I said, let me put your card on this and see what happens. He also has a Visa. I was using a Visa. So I put that in, and that worked. As we're starting to drive, I'm just kind of on my phone following our ride, and I got an email while I was following the GPS. So I clicked on the email, and it said, fraud alert from Visa. And I said, oh no, I can't deal with this now. So when we got home, I'm looking at it, and it said there was a charge for $52 and change. So the ride I had in the morning came to a little less than that. The ride I had in the afternoon came to a little more. Each car is different and what they charge and all of that. And that was on my husband's card anyway. And you had 2 choices on the fraud alert. You can either, it asks, if this is you, click on I agree. If it's not, then click on no, this is not me, and call us. But I wanted the person who gave me the ride in the morning I wanted to make sure she got paid. I did add a tip, but even with the tip, it wasn't this amount. So I thought, the obvious thing to do is call Visa, which I did. And a woman said, yeah, I see that now. I don't know why that amount is like that, but don't worry, we've canceled it. And I said, well, I still have that email, and I have to click yes or no. And I'm uncomfortable clicking yes, because I don't want to be charged this extra amount. And she said, no, you won't. And we went through, well, I'm not sure. Yes, no, you won't. Anyway, I checked everything later. I was not charged that $52. But it was just really strange. Why the same card on the same phone, it wasn't working in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. I'm sure nobody's had this problem, because I always have unusual problems that nobody's ever had.
Did the Visa people say that it thought it was fraud because it was surprised that you were using Uber twice in one day?
Had no information on it, which I thought was odd. I thought there should be some kind of a question.
You would think.
And I could see sometimes I've had those fraud alerts just because it was an unusual place or activity or purchase for me. And those usually were frauds, like somebody ordered something in San Francisco with my card, and I'm at home, and it wasn't through the internet. And I said, no, that wasn't me. But this was the first time I had put Uber on my phone and used it. But everybody does that one time, and they're going to use it again probably the same day. So why was that unusual activity? So I guess we're going to have to try again.
I'd be curious for you to try again. But I wonder if they know your age, like the Visa people, and went, why is, this? I don't know.
It's just
it doesn't make sense
nothing
to me.
with technology is ever going to be easy for me. Oh, sorry.
That surprises me, but I don't know.
I had my card denied, but they couldn't tell me what the fraud was. They couldn't tell me what they didn't charge, or they were just knocking me out. And after a long back and forth, they wanted me to put in a new, get a new card. And then they wanted me to verify who I was, and then to get the new card. And they said it'll work as soon as you get it. And so I was totally embarrassed because I used it someplace and it didn't work. I ended up, they ended up just canceling it, and that was fine with me. And then when I was checking my cards about 25, 30 years ago, that same, this was, I forget, Capital One, 25, 30 years ago, that happened with Citibank to me. I'd forgotten about it, but so I don't know if they just, because I always pay my bills, I'm not a good customer because they don't get any interest from me. I don't know if they just decide to get rid of me or what, but that's, because I kept saying, but the last charge I had is on here is my charge. And no, that's not the fraudulent one. Well, which one is? Well, we don't know, or they couldn't tell me. So, but I do have one of those blockers now, like that you had us buy, that RFID, the IFR, whatever it is.
Yes. Had you guys heard of these guys? I don't know if you guys saw this in the.
Yeah, I got that.
I ordered the batch, and it takes about 2 weeks, they said, to get them.
What'd you get?
So for those of you that didn't see this in the email I sent a couple of weeks ago, this RFID card, it's the size of a credit card, but if you add it to your wallet or purse or wherever you keep your credit cards, it will block people from there. People can like walk past you with scanners, and if your credit card has one of the chips, they can pull off the information as they walk by you, whether it's in a mall or if you go to a concert or a movie or whatever, grocery store, gas station, whatever it might be. And this will block them from being able to.
So you slip it in? Is that the deal?
I have RFID envelopes, and I put my cards, my different credit cards in the envelopes.
You can do that too.
Yeah. I get this. I've had
that's an RFID blocker too. I have one of those too.
I got it at Boscov's at Christmas time because my old one, I'd used it so much, the inside accordion was ripping, so the cards would fall out. It's $5 at Boscov's.
You can do that. Okay.
But Lynn, don't they use a different technique with the card than with the sleeves? Didn't I read that the card is only activated when someone does a scan, actually scans, but the other things are active all the time? I'm not using the right words, but.
Right. I didn't read that, but it's possible. I would think it would be active whenever, but I'd have to do more research.
Anyway.
Do any of those cards or the case that Betty Ann has or anything, does any of those things cause you any issues when you're going through a security scanner, like at concerts or things?
No.
I went through a scanner. When was it? This weekend with that thing in, and I didn't get stopped with it. I
didn't know if that would cause a problem, because you have to go through now, even to get into theaters and things, you have to go through scanners.
Yeah, I went through a scanner at a Hershey Bears game last weekend, so minor league hockey. I mean,
it must operate by blocking, not blocking, but by creating interference for the reader. I couldn't block. It's just another card with your stuff. So it must, I don't know, jam the reader or something.
That's what I read in the stuff. Yeah, that it.
Yeah.
But then does it jam it forever? I mean, so it can't read anybody's. I don't know.
I don't know what the radius is of it.
Yeah.
And it probably depends on different things. But
I ordered the one that you said you got. I just clicked on that and Amazon ordered it because I actually needed something extra for my Amazon sale to not have to pay the shipping. So I thought, all right, that's what I'll get.
How long did Amazon tell you yours would take? 2 weeks?
No, I ordered some other things and they said it was going to be one thing was coming on Wednesday and one was coming on Friday. I just ordered it whenever she put the thing in. Yeah, and it actually came early. All of it came together early. It came yesterday.
How many cards go in that sleeve?
You just need one for all your in one wallet. So if you have multiple wallets with different cards, or you move them, you could put them in different ones, but you don't need a card per
each one.
Each credit card. Like Betty Ann's case will cover anything in that case, right?
There are 7 slots in this, but I can put 2 in, and I have 2 in at least 2 of them. So there's 9 in that.
I have 2 credit cards.
No, it's medical IDs and Longwood Pass and other things, but anything that has
driver's license. Yeah.
But Bill, to answer the question, my thing from Amazon went from Wisconsin to Indiana to New Jersey to Maryland and then to Pennsylvania, back to central Pennsylvania. So, I don't, and they did it in 3 days.
Crazy. But yeah, helpful tips for going around. But
well, it's past the bewitching hour. So.
Yes. So if you any last minute questions and things, if not, have a good week. And
thank you.
See you guys later.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.